Another Genshin Impact stream. I have no idea why I'm not by. But I will just continue the Act 10 of this chapter. Return to the special page.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them! Come and introduce yourself!
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals!
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd like to begin our work.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificing our lives.
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their ancestors. What little respect you show for King Deshret.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose I can consider agreeing to the...
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated by humans.
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them, but more because he was wary of you.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleagues.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not exactly a positive tendency either.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life.
What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time.
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having second thoughts now?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your abilities, I take it?
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha? But I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her people access knowledge.
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god indeed.
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of the scientific expeditions into the desert had anything to do with it.
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance, and the three met beneath the great green trees. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath. So grieved was King Deshret by her passing, that he lost all interest in state affairs, and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived of Aru. And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis, King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that ambition. What he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrificial and courageous love, even in its unfinished form, it deserves to be treasured. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, I cherish you both. In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the Goddess of Flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these 3 gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the 3 questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help. Who's in charge again? Is it you two?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, close your eyes. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simplest of mediums. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of existence.
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world. This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Use these to achieve the outcome you desire.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait, how do I get up there?
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is! Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out. Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling. This cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death. Or in and out of a dream. Using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
Do I have anything new to say?
I expected that the outside world no longer respected the ancient gods, but even so, I do find the tone of these youngsters to be dreadfully impolite.
It should hardly come as a surprise to you. I remember you saying the same thing last time.
I assumed that was just a one-off. I did not realize it was the norm.
Don't you think that young lad's matter-of-fact tone sounds familiar? It bears a rather uncanny resemblance to you, Goatee.
Surely a sign that he is a man of rare intelligence.
Oh. The rest of them, though, much better. The blonde-haired one, for instance. So sincere. That's the kind of kid I can respect.
Oh, really? Well, what about your disciple, Nefer? She's about the furthest from sincerity that a person can get.
And now you hit the crux of the issue. Thoth is spouting lies again. He cares nothing for sincerity. He likes Nefer simply because her personality is just like his. Thus, in giving his approval to Nefer, Thoth is simply validating himself. The rest is but smoke and mirrors.
You have some nerve saying that. There really is no helping you two.
Shut up, chess rookie.
What nonsense is this? How dare you tell me to shut up?
How can you engage in such banal chitter-chatter at a time like this? Aru has been opened. The glory and splendor of a bygone age is about to sweep over the earth like a flood. And you're here squabbling like petulant children. All three of you are insufferable. King Deshret was merciful, indeed, giving you a chance to be released from prison. I say, you should have been locked up for good.
Ah, but Bennu, look on the bright side. Had they not been released, we would not have been awoken.
Oh. You've been here this whole time. You should be scolding them along with me.
I miss Hermanubis. It's not a real reunion without him here.
And now you're avoiding the topic and talking to yourself. Why King Deshret designed your personality like this, I will never understand.
Isn't this simply proof that our king supports my free will?
Oh, look at those two rust buckets. Suddenly, you two do not seem so bad after all.
Here, here. If being stuck together for thousands of years fosters no friendship, I cannot say what would.
Naturally.
How's it going? Are things progressing smoothly?
Well enough, I suppose. You know how it is. The work itself is only half the problem. The other half is having to work with Al-Haytham.
Oh.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Honestly, though, I thought you two had already worked things out.
As if! Turns out working closely together is the best way to expose any tensions lurking beneath the surface. Besides... I just think that some people never change.
Agreed. Case in point, you didn't make sure I was out of earshot before you started complaining about me.
Old habits die hard.
Actually, this is for your own good. Maybe if you spend a little more time listening to what other people have to say, you might actually realize that you're the problem.
Naivete is another old habit of yours.
I had assumed that you both volunteered for this project, like us forest rangers. But now I'm getting the sense that wasn't the case.
Definitely not. We were assigned to it by Lesser Lord Kusanali and Nephis.
As much as I'd love to be doing normal work for normal clients, these Titan projects are all that's on offer right now. Though I'm sure they wouldn't be roping us in if they had any better options.
I'm sure you've prepared yourself mentally, but I still feel the need to advise you to lower your expectations. It might make the process of working together a little less intolerable.
I know! Same to you! But if you already understood that, you should also know not to say the quiet part out loud.
Why don't you come help me with my forest patrols? Might help you avoid any further disagreements.
Good suggestion, but unfortunately, differences of opinion will always exist. Changing the nature of the work won't get rid of them.
For once, I actually agree. There is zero chance of us ever resolving our differences. Zero! But even so, the work must be done. Care for some coffee?
I'm glad to see you making progress.
Don't act so smug! It'd be nice if you made some too!
I feel like even I've made some progress today. In the past, I never would have dared to try and mediate a conflict between you two while you're both right there in front of me.
Apologizing probably makes it sound like I'm in the wrong, but... I'm sorry.
I was just kidding. Truth be told, I don't have any work to do at the moment, so I'm just here to kill some time.
How's Kale?
She's studying with Nicole. I'm not sure how she's getting along, but she seems to be in good spirits at least.
I wouldn't worry. Angelic affairs are probably above your pay grade anyway.
I know what you mean, but Sino and I are still a little concerned for her. He said he'd go keep Kale company after he's finished training the mercenaries. I'm planning to join them myself shortly.
Kale will be okay. Have faith in her. Even we can see how much more confident and outgoing she's become in these past few years. Thanks to you and Sino being there for her and providing guidance every step of the way, she can finally stand on her own 2 feet.
On her own 2 feet.
Does it feel bittersweet? Watching the younger generation grow up and move on?
No, not yet, at least. I was just thinking, I wish there was more I could do for everyone.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, she will. Just try to relax.
Rest for a while.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's Sobek the Crocodile King! Greetings, Crocodile King.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sounds like you really care about her.
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both concern and curiosity that I feel.
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I tried calling out to Apep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that Apep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king?
Partially.
Then you are learned indeed. I'm glad to know that Sumeru has the support of someone like you. At the end of his life, King Deshret tricked the Dendro Dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro Dragon despised King Deshret, yet he outwitted her. Rather than bringing disaster to the land, he chose to deceive her and thereby ensure his annihilation. An act that surely displays his love for humanity. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power they wielded. And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro Archon assisted her in the past.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the Seven, Apep knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she was willing to make an exception.
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with her, too.
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself. How ironic. All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her hatred towards humanity and gods.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with Apep? For all we know, the Fatui might still be in the desert. Just to be on the safe side, why don't we grab anyone who isn't busy right now and go look for her? I'm alright, Paimon. Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Ah! Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is. And
you dare appraise my being?
No, I'm expressing my gratitude. I want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already? You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep, I feel much better. Thank you.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must resume my duties as soon as possible.
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength is.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
I see that after all this time, Al-Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lonely after all this time?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Boer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again, unless absolutely necessary.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
Thanks for helping, Nahida.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any of this.
Hold on, just hold on, okay? We're almost there. We made it! Huh? Wait, that voice!
I don't think I know this one. Nah.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall! Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last thing I expected to see here.
Huh? Wait, what are the R&R doing here? Don't you guys hate the desert? Obviously I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, you seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings, too. It's hard on them. I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you all. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, I'll gather everyone to discuss our next steps. Traveler, Paimon, shall we find a place for our friends to stay? Awesome! Let's go! Well, first I have some questions. Okay, I think that covers everything. Thank you. We can get going now.
So they are following me. So these aren't voiced.
Hello, everyone. It's only us. It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well?
I don't like the...
It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well?
The Beluga. Definitely translated that wrong into German.
Ermin's here. Good. Are you okay? You look like you were about to pass out back there. Then you're forgetting who I am. Don't underestimate me. Oh, excuse me! Are you comparing me to Paimon?
Red Paimon.
I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As we can see, the situation is critical, and everyone is very busy with their various tasks, so... I can't thank you enough. Right now, we're focused on restructuring Aru, processing excess information, and helping restore everyone's confidence. I'm sure you'll find it all very straightforward. I can help too! Just let me know where I'm needed. Up to no good?
To male Nara.
That definitely sounds suspicious.
Caravan Rebirth.
Traveler, Paimon. I have other work to attend to here that needs to take priority. Could I trouble you to investigate the situation Arabalika spoke of? No problem. Leave it to us. Thank you. I'm counting on you. There's one other thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible to them. Is that acceptable to everyone? There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't worry. Just call my name and I'll be there. Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will experience the most beautiful of dreams. Do not fear. We will face it together. This too shall pass.
You are using mirror image. Thought they asked me to go to Caravan Rebirth.
Ah, everyone's here. Wonderful.
Oh, I'm controlling Nahida. I think I will do that thing in Caravan Rebirth after the
Dendro Archon, you're back. Are you recovering all right? You mustn't push yourself too hard.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for your concern. I see. Using the power of Aru to reboot the Akasha and gain access to Ermin's soul. It's a sound plan, although... I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but with the state that Ermin's soul is currently in, it's impossible to access via traditional means. Even the Akasha won't change that.
Alas, we had feared this may be the case.
And what about non-traditional means?
Non-traditional means?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for new measures.
Now I'm in Caravan Rebirth. So what happened here? I know.
Hey, we're here!
Ah, it's you. Is there a situation? The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words, there may well be a traitor among us.
Traitor?
Given everything that's going on, I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence broker, I trust you have a solution?
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it for me?
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same page.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Rebot knows who you are.
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious. I've identified 3 names. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Rebot.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. This spy must have been planted long ago. We need to smoke him out from wherever he's hiding.
Sounds like you have the beginnings of a plan.
My guess is one of the sages, but I could be completely wrong.
I see. Your suspicions are well-founded. I'd be watching him too if I were you.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some cash.
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Rebot knows who I am.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Nodcry?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. There's no way he could have seen my face before. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises any red flags, I'll bring him toward the main road.
Understood. I'll take it from there.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure working with you.
Okay. Let's see who this is about.
Darker skin, scars, frequents the desert, and has ample combat experience. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at?
Darker skin.
A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am, what are you doing in Caravan Rebat all by yourself? The main group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late by the time I found it. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you describe this friend of yours?
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. My apologies. During this exceptional time, the Corps of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people, whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
He's smooth talking him.
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
Actually, I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself, or we could both be in big trouble.
Oh, really? Sounds mysterious.
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're selling them. That's why I had to go looking for the missing cargo alone.
No wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult to sell on as well. Take a look at this.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them. On the off chance anything went wrong, I'd never get my money back.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case...
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make a move?
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and we all have to make a living somehow.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait! What are you doing?
This is the coin? Good. Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, we have secured the evidence. Here's what's gonna happen. Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation skills are highly effective.
Hers are quickly catching up. She's improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next step.
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine. I'll be quick.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this, we're to meet up at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Got it. Will do.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
Okay. Then Paimon's coming with you.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right? Meaning, you have to be quiet?
Paimon? Are you sure about this?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone says, if you never try, you'll never know. Besides, being the best guide in Teyvat has to count for something. This should be a piece of cake.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned, if anything goes wrong, I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
No need! Paimon will be super careful. Promise!
Good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Ah! Coming! Coming!
Why are we separating now? The other way.
Squall and Fury. The wind rises. Yeah. We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah, cool. Cool.
What's on your mind, Paimon?
Huh? Nothing?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep. Why?
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly ever leave the Traveler's side.
Yeah, that's weird. Has to be a reason.
Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If not, suit yourself. Makes no difference to me.
Hat guy? Do you think Paimon is useless?
What? Where's that coming from?
When we were in Notcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with a Traveler every single day, whenever we face real danger, she can't do anything to help. Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the Traveler got kidnapped that time. What if she never came back? What would Paimon do then? And the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt. But Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend who's actually useful. Does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just being completely useless and... Oh. Paimon probably sounds so ridiculous right now.
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that feeling.
Oh, that guy.
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. When you start doubting yourself, you have two choices. Give up or change. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount of consultation from other people is gonna help you. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets if you can at least say that you tried.
Oh. All right.
Something's not right. Shouldn't they be here by now? Paimon, is it just me? Or is it a little too quiet around here?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour. If nothing happens, we head back.
Okay. How strange. We've been here for ages. Where the heck are they? Have we been stood up? What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation, but I can't quite explain why. We know for sure that the guy Sinocott had something set up, yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to cut our guy loose.
But how would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least send someone here to check things out?
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening here. Unless...
I have another spy.
This feels all too familiar. Come on, let's head back.
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming here and standing by our side.
Chesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of Aru. Please forgive their absence. As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace. We remember him with great fondness.
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Now that it's really happening, I feel quite emotional. Time has taken many things away, But that which remains is all the more resilient.
I must say, there is one thing that rather surprises me. You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you by the Dendral Dragon has far from fully resolved the problem of your vitality.
Oh no! So even a Pep's power didn't work? Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well indeed. The issue is how closely I am tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it is resolved, there is no way I can fully recover. Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in them grows weaker.
Regrettably, this is true.
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul. Right now, we're all in quite a sorry state.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and humans alike. We must unite all our strength in this moment.
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support Sumeru through this catastrophe. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru. Times have changed, and the people of today possess greater wisdom than those of the past.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Goti.
Now then, let us learn more about your plan.
The brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy opening and renovating Aru. They claim it has something to do with Irminsul?
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But during the Age of the Dragons, it did not possess the significance it holds today. After the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was refashioned as a device that records and preserves all information. Since then, everything in this world has been inextricably linked to it. As the Dendral Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, it is both a national treasure and undeniably a major threat. Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Notcry, which forced Sumeru to be even more vigilant than usual. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. But despite my efforts, a major problem still arose within. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route, and the only one that cannot be protected against, by entering Irminsul through death.
Okay. So, with war, probably?
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur at any time.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to stop the souls of the departed from finding peace.
Please, understand how difficult this predicament was for the Dendral Archon.
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. Soon after that, the tree began denying access to any connections.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster. There will always be trials and tribulations for the world to endure.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way to break through the lockdown and connect to Irminsul.
And this is why you need Aru.
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is Al-Ahmar's legacy, Aru. All I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort, and a move that comes with enormous risks. The Scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akasha, then use the Akasha to connect to Irminsul and investigate. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to more extreme and far costlier means. This has led to a number of new contingency plans. To reclaim Irminsul, her brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind. I thank you all for giving them your blessing in this endeavor.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Together, we will do everything in our power to save Irminsul.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with and what they were capable of.
Well, since you ask.
So we got interrupted.
Master Tainari! What is that?
By Irminsul's appearance.
Is this Irminsul?
Irminsul?
How did this happen? What's going on inside?
Luckily, we managed to evacuate everyone.
What in the world was that? That was terrifying!
Oh my. I understand now, Dendro Archon. You make yourself quite clear indeed.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul been so terribly afflicted as this.
Please continue, Dendro Archon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal itself. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new stage.
Blasphemy. From where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy sounds rather improper. But, if we are to honor Dottores' will, this is what we must do.
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is connected to him. But to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to tell you about.
Yeah, Dottore. Or Sandik.
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of supreme arrogance. So this is where it has taken him.
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is he still able to do all this? He must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he has been able to wield such a profound influence over Irminsul.
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in Sumeru City. Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but surely materializing. Sorry, I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities yet, after all. But they are gradually becoming real.
A baleful tree. climbing up into the heavens.
Speaking of Dottore, I have some information on that front as well. I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote him off from the beginning.
You mean, the Fatui never intended to follow through with him? Then why plant a mole at all?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He just wants to confuse people, so they can't figure out what he's up to. He's been a collaborator of Dottore's from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore is involved with this somehow.
So the game just doesn't tell me now. I guess it's one of the
There is
other
still much to
14
be done.
provinces.
Everyone, please remember our core strategy.
As per the discussions, the following groups must act immediately. Mr. Al-Haytham and Mr. Kave, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must begin right away. Godspeed to you both.
We'll give it everything we've got.
The plan looks feasible, but the implementation will require certain resources.
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the terminal.
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed to assist me.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right?
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the job.
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed. Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar with the status of this project. Aside from the Dendro Archon, of course.
Yep, that's right. Leave it to Lord Sangama Bay.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the technical side.
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of Kale.
Dia, Candace, and Nefer, you'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties. I trust you remember our goal.
You bet. We can handle it.
Blue, red, and green.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed, if that's okay.
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around all day, every day.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations where my help is needed.
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head to the border between Sumeru and Natlan. Once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis.
The Eternal Oasis. I think I remember that
The
place.
Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just a legend. So it does exist after all.
Probably haven't been there before.
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru is all but completely cut off from the outside world at present. So regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves. My apologies for the inconvenience.
Why Mawika now? So the Eternal Oasis
Finally,
is
I will head to the border between Sumeru and Natlan.
Close to the border, maybe?
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves. That goes for everyone.
Right. Especially you, Dendro Archon. I'm sure you're still feeling quite weak.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Dragon's life force will sustain me. Plus, we'll be there every step of the way. Nahida will be just fine. Yes. I believe in myself. And I believe in every one of you. Well, time to get going.
Anyone over there that wants to talk? And Sita has something to say. I guess not.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals can simply continue to use their existing devices. This still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage, though. Many groups of people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries, the desert folk, and many others.
We'll need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminals. Right now, the best place to source these locally is from the primal constructs within King Deshret's mausoleum. Time is not on our side here. It's gonna be a race against the clock.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. As discussed, General Mahamatra Sino and Mr. Hat Guy will source the required materials.
Mr. Hat Guy.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. Best of luck to you both. Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them, things should go quite smoothly.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may as well take a breather.
Makes sense. There's not much we can do until the materials arrive.
Get in formation and stay close.
What is this, boot camp? Knock it off.
It's just Sino being Sino. You know what he's like.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the required materials.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to this?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine.
Collect the material.
Surrender! Squall Fury! You dare to gaze upon me?
Excuse me?
Move or be moved! Your sins weigh upon your soul!
Yeah, even need to defeat them.
Behold!
The wind rises.
How amusing!
ready! Futile! Behold! Squall and Fury! Excuse me? Move to Al-Akbar! Wretched vermin! Wind rises! Where you headed? Nowhere to run! Bow your head!
These devices should still be usable even though they're broken down. Let's take them back for the others to review.
Quite low in health now. Need some more healing. That's enough healing for now. There's actually a lot of healing here.
Nowhere to run!
Through me, justice is served!
Sage's wisdom! Behold! Unsightly insects! Empty space! Move to Al-Akbar! Squall and Fury!
How many do we need again?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't own one.
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals were. You've used one before, right?
The Academia declared the Akasha to be the most powerful and comprehensive wisdom dissemination system in history. That should give you an idea of how powerful it is.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor I have ever had an Akasha terminal.
Well, if it all goes to plan, that's about to change.
Oh, goody! Thank you so much for handling the delivery. What a long way it was. You've really outdone yourselves. I'm well aware what a bumpy, dangerous journey it must have been. Now, I would have loved to oversee the process myself, but of course, those of us who know the plan can't leave the mausoleum.
Oh, trust me, I'm patting myself on the back for my assembly work here. Simply flawless work. But will you really be needing all of this?
According to our plan, yes, this is the quantity required. I have no complaints about the quality either. Only the price. So expensive. expensive.
I heard you covered a lot of the funding out of your own pocket.
Oh, that's an exaggeration. The academia provided most of the funds. I just offered a small token of my goodwill. Of course, the real tragedy is how little profit I'm making on this. You know, it's a serious crisis when you can't even make money out of it.
It's really quite a beautiful design. And I'm intrigued by how such a diminutive device is able to output the power of the Light Realm.
Did you attend the lecture on Light Realm energy, Madame Farzan? I don't believe I saw you there.
Of course I attended. I was just a little late, so I had to listen to the whole thing from outside the back door. Ahem. Anyway, I have a perfectly good understanding of Light Realm, elemental and abyssal energy, as well as the relationship between the three.
Good to know. Master told me in private that the conversion process between Light Realm energy and elemental energy involves highly classified knowledge that shouldn't be disseminated too widely.
Well, you can't enforce a rule that everyone breaks. Is that the idea?
At first, the Dendro Archon was reluctant to explain it in great depth for safety reasons. Later, she came to terms with it, and simply informed my master that we would all have to face the question of survival together. To protect someone from such dangers means keeping them in the dark. But for someone to know and embody the wisdom within, they must understand its very essence. It's an information hazard. We're exposed to danger just by knowing the facts. And just like bait, it lures us in by offering us the solution to our problems. But if you're not careful, you'll end up pursuing it down a dark path. A tricky problem. But today, this big problem has been broken down into many smaller, more trivial ones.
What do you mean?
I get it. For instance, you and I share secret knowledge, while she and I take on the risks of life, death, and fate. Something like that?
Hey, what? That is not what I call a trivial problem.
Well, as they often say in Vahumana, an event that is monumental to the individual is negligible in the grand scheme of history. Generally, the fate of the individual is an insignificant affair.
Being from Amorta, where the subject of our research tends to be a lot more personal, I have to disagree. It's hard to dismiss the individual as insignificant.
In other words, the big problem of survival has been broken down into many small, interconnected factors, and each one of us represents one of those factors?
When the same secret is shared with a group of people, the same fate binds them together. Most people would find this unimaginable, but to us scholars, this is the path that has always beckoned to us.
Sharing knowledge is a good way to fight against fate. I will always believe in that. All right, I think that's everything.
Thanks a lot. But don't go anywhere just yet. I'll still be needing you to calibrate the equipment.
Okay, the materials are ready. We can proceed with the next phase. Al-Haytham, how are you getting along?
Most of the information in Aru is written in ancient desert scripts. Some of this is written in a tribal language, while other parts seem to be a variant of an Oasis script, based on the glyph forms.
Oh. Not lost to history, I hope.
Some are. All we can do is infer the meaning based on the rules of related languages. Although, this section actually fills in some of the missing historical record. I'm transcribing it so we can bring it back to the academia.
After Aru started up, 2 more lines of text appeared here. Can you read them?
Humans may not read what is written by the gods, except by not reading. Victory should not be easy to attain, for it symbolizes divine wisdom. Knowledge must not waver, for it has external borders.
Is this a clue to solving a puzzle? Or is it being symbolic? You can't read it unless you don't read it. Victory is wisdom. Knowledge is confined by borders. Wait, I think I've got it. It's a metaphor, isn't it? It's talking about...
a chessboard.
You were right. The youth of today are skilled at solving riddles.
Have the secrets buried in the desert not been unearthed over the years all the same? Since Aru is a place reachable through wisdom, this day was bound to come sooner or later.
Oh, I've always been against overly cryptic sentences. Don't you get tired of reading and writing all that?
Ah, it's you three. Just in time. We've been delving deep into... Weird. Ah, it's you three. Just in time. We've been delving deep into Aru, and now this board has appeared.
I've heard this was how you'd while away your free hours. You must be quite the experts by now in that case.
It is true. King Deshret's chess games are some of the most well-loved of all his wonderful creations. If you have ever been to Safhe Shatranj, you may well be familiar with the chess pieces you see here.
They look different from regular chess pieces.
Is this chessboard supposed to be another visualization of the interior of Aru, then?
Naturally. Visitors, everything is ready. Only by completing the challenge on the board in accordance with the rules will you be permitted to overwrite Aru.
1 second. It's not dangerous, is it?
Dangerous? Why, yes, of course.
I should be the one to go, then. Wait for me here.
Sounds like the self-confidence of our present company has rubbed off on you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm your upperclassman, and that means I have to look out for you.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a game of chess typically requires 2 players. Besides, I'm sure they won't let things get out of hand. Keeping things relatively safe is in your best interest too, isn't it?
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are controlling the difficulty, so please don't go too hard on us, all right?
Ah, but Bennu said he wanted to put some respect into these whippersnappers. All right, all right.
These whippersnappers.
Thank you. Obviously, we'll still try to be careful. This doesn't seem like ordinary chess. Is the goal to defeat the opponent?
No, you must enter the board and pass the trials we have placed there.
Ready?
Let's do it.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work.
Well.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Don't really know what I'm supposed to do.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Supposed to reach that place. Maybe.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work.
I don't think that's... Or maybe you have to push that one with a symbol on the next. But apparently
the first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work.
Amusing. Oh, I can switch. Oh, that makes it a lot easier then, probably. Oh. Push. 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 Switch. still have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Oh, okay. Something happened. Maybe we both need to reach this place. Yeah, that's only what you were
Now is
supposed
the
to do.
time for my trial. Now, don't be nervous. I'll make it nice and easy for you.
Really?
Thanks in advance. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm not sure both of them can reach it.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Oh. I just mess up.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
I think I messed up. Shouldn't have pushed that one there.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Oh no.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
So these two are obvious. And next I need to reach this one over there with our haven. And I don't think you can walk from here. Right? Yeah, that's too far away. Means he has to take that route. Or I guess maybe. That might be sufficient. Yeah, it worked. And next I need to get this thing out of the way. That. And that one. I think that should do.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Yep. It's done.
Done.
Finally. But seriously, that was incredible! Standing on the chessboard felt completely different from standing on solid ground. And also...
Didn't feel like chess at all.
Oh, sorry. I'll save my thoughts for later. Thanks to the three of you for helping us out with this. Is it just me, or were you giving us quite a lot of guidance along the way?
We made but a humble contribution.
You lived up to our expectations. Bravo! Our aid was not given for naught.
In addition to the existing functions, I'd like to ask you for another favor. Since Aru's interference shield can cover the entirety of the mausoleum, it should be possible to extend its range even further. Perhaps you can find a way.
So, building upon the existing functions to... Ah! I'm with you!
Imagine for a moment. What would the ideal outcome look like if this function were compatible with the devices?
I agree. This is the best solution possible. Please, everyone, we beg you to help us.
Me, oh my! Well, since you ask so very nicely, I suppose... Goti? Croco? What do you say?
Naturally.
Time to go! Let's go find Nahida! There you are. Miss Nicole truly is an angel. She shows great wisdom in guiding others, and she has already sent word to Natlan on our behalf. She said that while the other members of the Hexen Circle are busy with important work, she is quite free, and she is more than willing to accompany the people of Sumeru for the entire journey. Oh, there's Nicole, all right. super patient and loves to help everyone out. She's the best. She is. So kind and enthusiastic. Well, time for us to get going. Let's head out.
Where am I now? I'm close to the border.
This should be one of the closest places to Natlan in all of Sumeru. There's the barrier Nicole and Nefer mentioned. It completely cuts this nation off from the others. But why? Why separate you from the rest of the world now, specifically? And if I'm not mistaken, Irminsul was polluted once before, wasn't it?
Good question. I'm wondering the same thing myself.
That voice. Moika, you got here pretty quickly.
Hello, traveler. It's been a while.
Hello there.
Hello, Dendro Archon.
Moika, I apologize for asking you to meet at the border on such short notice. I also apologize for not being able to greet you in person. The form in which you see me now is one carried by the Traveler. The real me is inside the mausoleum of King Deshret, and I am reaching out to you with my mind from here. Irminsul has been infiltrated by the Doctor. We must be on our guard, as he can spy on information in the world from within the tree. Fortunately, there is no record of the Traveler in Irminsul, and you are still within Natlan's borders.
My records will be preserved in the Night Kingdom, rather than the ley lines. As long as the Night Kingdom remains disconnected from the ley line cycle, the Doctor has no way of knowing my movements.
Exactly.
So by meeting each other in this way, the meeting essentially never happened. No wonder Paimon didn't come. You were concerned that her activity would be recorded by Irminsul. The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments.
I'd like to address the question you raised at the beginning. I can offer a brief explanation, although it will sound rather cruel.
The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments. It's pretty serious, and you're the ones bearing the brunt of it.
I don't reach this conclusion gladly, but Irminsul predates the Heavenly Principles. It existed long ago, when the dragons of Natlan were at the height of their power. So even when the people of Sumeru became ill because of pollution, It was not a critical issue from the perspective of Irminsul itself. As long as it continues to function normally, the barrier will not be activated. But this time, the Doctor's invasion has directly affected the tree. That is what caused the barrier to deploy. The Heavenly Principles established a rule that when Irminsul is plunged into grave danger, a portion of power will be reserved to isolate Sumeru. That way, even if Sumeru is destroyed, the outside world at least has some time to catch its breath.
We'd certainly need it.
The Heavenly Principles created almost everything that exists in Teyvat today. To them, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants takes priority over protecting Sumeru.
Meaning, protecting Sumeru now falls to you.
Yes. My own power may be limited, especially compared to yours. But that doesn't mean that we're just gonna sit around and wait for the end. If necessary, I will utilize any and every means at my disposal.
Nicole of the Hexen Circle didn't say exactly what this meeting was about. But after hearing everything you've said so far, I think I can guess where this is going.
That's right. Nahida and I discussed it at length. We both know how presumptuous this is, but...
You need the Pyronosis, don't you?
Yes. You guessed correctly. Originally, I only intended to borrow it, but the situation is far graver than I foresaw. So instead, what I ask of you is to please give the Pyronosis to Sumeru.
Can she even do that right now, since Sumeru is locked off the rest of the world?
Why do you sound so nervous? There's no need to be shy.
Surely a gnosis is pretty important to a god.
I guess, but it's not as if losing it would suddenly render us powerless. But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled to, and all the gods you've met, you must have realized that by now. As far as I'm concerned, a gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer. But I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it.
Yeah. Not about to dispute that.
So you see? You don't need to sweat it. Here, take the Pyronosis.
Uh-huh. Just like that?
Uh-huh. Just like that. To tell the truth, I've always toyed with the idea of giving it to someone who needs it more than I do. I know you accompanied Nahida here to try and increase the chance of success. It's a good thing you did, because your involvement is one of the main reasons you've managed to persuade me.
Are you sure about this? Handing over your gnosis just because of me?
I won't try to quantify it, but trust me. Handing over the gnosis to Tumaini is far from the craziest idea I could think of.
And it lands in the hands of the Fatui.
Besides, even if you hadn't come here personally, I think I still would have agreed to Nahida's request. Irminsul doesn't just affect Sumeru. It impacts all of Teyvat. I know all too well how difficult it can be to protect the things you care about. So logically, morally, or however you want to cut it, helping you is the right thing to do. You don't need to tell me the specifics of your plan. Where the Gnosis is involved, the tighter the secrecy, the higher your chances of success.
Malika, my heartfelt thanks go to you and the people of Natlan.
Don't mention it. But now, for the hard part. How do I actually give it to you? The Irminsul barrier is right in the way.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I have an idea.
Just as I thought.
Huh. Incredible. What did you do?
Just made a lucky guess. This seems to happen quite a lot. Things that apply to everyone else don't seem to apply to me. I figured the same might be true here.
Irminsul usually produces effects based on the records it holds. Since the Traveler is a descender, Irminsul contains no records of her, and thus has no way to impede her.
Is that right? You really are full of surprises. Catch.
Whoa! Thank you, Moika. Thank you for trusting us with something so important.
All right. No need to get so formal. It's not like we're strangers. Besides, there's still one problem. You might be able to pass through the barrier, but I don't know about the Gnosis. Any other surprises for us, Traveler?
Let me try something. I have the Pyrognosis in my hand. It feels strangely ordinary. Not particularly heavy. And yet, this tiny thing symbolizes the mighty authority of a god. I need to think hard about my memories of Pyro. My memories of journeying through Natlan. All those important experiences I've had.
The Gnosis disappeared. Traveler, are you alright?
I'm fine. The Pyrognosis disappeared into my body, just like phlogiston.
Phlogiston.
Maybe it resonates with you because you've mastered the power of phlogiston. You might not be recorded in the ley lines, but you're still our Tumini.
Whew.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again, Moika.
Pleasure. Well, I've given you all the help I can. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
We won't let you down.
Yeah, we aren't about to lose.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you feeling? Paimon's a teensy bit nervous, but only a teeny tiny bit. Seems like she's gotten way braver over the last few years, huh? Of course. After all the adventures you've had with the Traveler, I'm sure you've gained a lot of experience and grown as a person.
I'm doing all right. What about you, Nahida? How are you holding up?
With the negative effects of Irminsul, I'm a bit like a piece of fruit that's been burrowed into by hungry insects and left to rot. I'd be lying if I said it was nothing. But please don't worry. We all know what we're getting into, and we've prepared as well as we can. I believe in everyone. I believe in you. And I believe in myself. Stoking the fire inside oneself is certainly one way to live. But knowing when to rely on one's companions is also a form of great wisdom. I've been quietly learning little things from everyone, like plucking tufts of fur from a sumpter beast.
Me too. With the constant traveling, I'm always learning and growing. That's the journey of life.
I think there's someone else here who would share that sentiment.
Don't worry about what I think. I was just passing by and happened to overhear your conversation.
What are you talking about, Hat Guy? This is the top floor. No one passes by the top floor.
Says who? You can fly just like I can. I would have thought it makes sense to you of all people.
I don't know why, but I feel a little more relaxed now.
It shows that you feel comfortable laying down your burdens in our presence. It means that Sumeru is a place you can trust, where you know we have your back. And we feel exactly the same way around you. That's what it means to be friends.
a walk and find out what everyone is talking about.
Feel free to mingle if you'd like some time to catch up with people. Just remember to get a good night's sleep when you're done.
And that's Irminsul, I guess.
It's finally done. Ugh, but I have a nagging feeling that there's something I've forgotten. Oh, there you are. Everything wrapped up on your end? Okay, fair enough. That was a pointless question. We were working in tandem, after all.
You must really be exhausted.
Well, it's been a busy day for both of us.
When work ends, you clock out. No looking back.
Yeah, we're definitely due a break. Probably a little late to start drinking now, though. I'll stick with water. Here, this one's for you.
Thanks.
You want a bite to eat? I can grab us something. Or wait, I think there's a stove nearby. Let me take a look.
Are you nervous?
A little, yeah. Unlike you, it seems. How are you not feeling at all nervous?
Because everything that happens next is beyond my individual control. I don't worry about things I cannot influence.
What do you mean, cannot influence? You're the one who came up with half of the strategies we ended up using.
There's only so much I can do. I was only doing my duty.
Was it like this last time, too?
You mean with Azar and his accomplices? Yes and no. The situation back then was easier to control, but we weren't as prepared as we are this time.
So the enemy is stronger, but so are we. I still vividly remember the way you interrogated me in the library after the fact. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
If your memory is so vivid, you might also recall that it was you who came looking for an argument. You're often the one who initiates these things, you know.
I came for a conversation! I didn't know it was gonna turn into an argument! Anyway, at least I showed up this time. So, what do you think?
What do I think? I think we're certainly better off for it.
It's good having me around to help out, huh?
Absolutely. As a citizen of Sumeru, you displayed a remarkable sense of responsibility in the face of disaster.
Certainly feels that way. I just shudder to think how the world would have ended up if we hadn't gotten control of the situation. So, do you think this is what impending disaster looks like? The sky is so clear, and there isn't a whiff of decay or destruction in the air. It's hard to imagine that the fall of humanity could happen on an ordinary day like this.
Awful things happen all the time. Sometimes people can stop them, and sometimes they can't. What you and I have done is increase our chances of stopping this one.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. Oh, nothing. I hope everything works out tomorrow.
It will. As long as we stick to the plan, our chances of success are good.
It's really strange. You're my junior, yet you always seem to act more like an upperclassman than I do.
I think it's mostly a matter of temperament.
Ugh. Walked right into that one, didn't I?
I'll jump down because I need to use that one thing.
We'll make our move after sunrise tomorrow.
Good. Is everything ready?
As much as possible.
That'll be enough. Don't let the pressure get to you. We'll take things one step at a time.
Master Tainari! Mr. Sino! So this is where you were. I brought some juice and some water. Would you like some?
I know how easily you get dehydrated in the desert, so you should definitely have some water.
I gotta ask, though. Who's on juice-making duty at a time like this?
Madame Farazan said she was feeling a little nervous, so I told her about the automatic juicer my friend invented. She took it right off me and started making carton after carton of juice.
A juicer? Did Sucrose send that to you?
Yeah. I hadn't had the chance to try it out before this incident occurred, but I couldn't bear to leave it behind in Gandharvaville.
The juice is very sweet.
I think so too.
Kale, how are you feeling?
Physically, I'm okay, but it just still feels strange to me. Why would a great power like this come to someone like me?
I know the feeling well. That same question ran through my mind every day as a kid.
At least now, you have someone who can relate to you.
All the more reason that you should apply for Spontamod. Tainari fiercely opposes the idea, though.
Those two things are completely unrelated.
What are we all chatting about, Would anyone like any juice? Oh, you have some already.
I had some earlier, ma'am. Maybe give the extra to someone else?
Very well, very well. I shall be off then.
There's this enormous power, and then there's little old you. You feel like there's no connection between the two. And that sense of dissonance is difficult to get used to.
Yeah. But after all this time, I can't believe this stuff still gets to me sometimes. Makes me feel a little childish.
Kale, just because we normally keep the conversation light doesn't mean we can't discuss deeper issues. I don't think it's childish at all. You were the victim of a terrible crime. It's normal to struggle with the fallout from it. You have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of.
My professor once told me that no incident can be considered truly resolved until the victim says it's over. Your rage and your pain are completely justified.
Thanks. Miss Nicole said that the same god remains which were once used to inflict so much pain upon me have now become a weapon with which I can protect everyone. It's like my own personal kind of evolution. Every innocent person who's been hurt needs time to realize that it wasn't their fault. I was the same, but it's all about to be over. Tomorrow, it ends for good.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you rarely stumble over your words anymore, and your outlook has become much more positive. It's a big change from how you used to be.
And since this isn't over, you can settle the matter on your own terms. It's time you seized back control. I believe in you.
Yeah. Sumeru is my home, and it's so important to me. I have to protect it. No, I will protect it.
And once you're done, how about you come back and apply for Spontamod?
Stop it with the sales pitch, would you?
Hey, excuse me. There are still 3 unclaimed cups of juice here. Why don't you take one each? Ugh, my arms are getting sore from carrying them around everywhere.
Madame Farazan, why are you... Here, let me take them off your hands.
Thank you, Madame Farazan.
Drink up and enjoy my handiwork. I think I'm going to make something else now instead.
Please, Try to relax, Madame Farazan. Your nerves are starting to get the better of you.
I know, I know. Drink up and enjoy my handiwork.
Please.
I know. Drink up and enjoy my...
Please.
I know.
We are Nicole and Nefer.
Something on your mind, Miss Nefer?
Nothing in particular. It's just... right now, the future feels strange and unfamiliar.
But the future has not yet arrived. How can you say how it feels?
Some people know that there's an impending disaster. Others remain blissfully unaware. Each group is imagining an entirely different future while walking towards the same one. But when they get there, they'll still find they feel differently about it. People are shaped by their circumstances. Different circumstances create people with different perspectives.
I've always found the perspective of the Vahumana Darshan to be a particularly incisive one.
Even at the height of the crisis in Nodcry, people held diverging opinions. But things are different this time.
Indeed. Regardless of faith, gender, wealth, skin color, or eye color, everyone in Sumeru knows what will happen tomorrow.
The world has never been an especially fair place. Yet now, against all odds, a moment of unprecedented unity and equality is about to take place. It's fascinating. If only my father could have lived to see this era.
Era. To me, that term represents a much greater span of time. It can be an unsettling word. I would even say I'm afraid of it.
Do angels even feel fear?
Yes, at least I do. I fear the gap that grows wider with each passing day, and the never-ending flow of time. Time renders all memories insignificant, and reduces all splendor to nothing. But those memories are the one thing I do not want to lose.
You're very human in that regard.
If angels draw too close to humanity, our wings burn away in the bright flame of awareness, and we fall to the earth. After spending so long among humans, I have lost much of my former glory.
Maybe that's a good thing. You're more human than some humans are.
I've been talking to Kale a lot in recent days. We seem to be in completely opposite situations. I suppose that makes us good case studies for comparison.
Case studies for who?
Myself, I suppose. After comparing the two of us, I suddenly discovered that I desired more than before. It was a gentle, pleasant sensation. Just as most people pursue glory and miracles, I too am pursuing miracles of my own. Guiding humans to make the miracles in their hearts a reality. That is my miracle. It doesn't sound so bad, does it? It was a gentle, pleasant sensation. Just as most people pursue glory and miracles, I too am pursuing miracles of my own. Guiding humans to make the miracles in their hearts a reality. That is my miracle. It doesn't sound so bad, does it?
So there's 2 more for Hypatia. It's been a while since I last saw her.
Look at the time. I should head back. I'm so sorry. I was in a hurry and didn't look where I was going. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Wait, you're...
Have we met?
Not exactly. I think we may have crossed paths by the house of Dana before.
Oh. You're Hat Guy! From Vahumana, right?
You recognize me?
The clue's in the name. Mr. Hat Guy.
Fair point.
It's getting pretty late. What's keeping you up?
I could ask you the same question. If I'm not mistaken, all the workload for the Ratawa Histarshan wrapped up a good while ago.
Well, I have something of a background in Satyavada life, so I was helping the Dendro Archon make some preparations. But I must have lost track of time.
Did you find the experience enlightening at all?
Honestly, it was tedious and uneventful at first. But eventually, I think I did sense some profound truths. I was told that I even shed tears while I was meditating, though I have no idea why. Sorry. I hope I'm not scaring you.
Not at all. It just proves you're very accomplished in your research. Good night. I wish you all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Ja, anders.
Too bad we've got a fight tomorrow. I could really do with a stiff drink.
Let us pray instead.
Prayer. How nostalgic.
Lord Sangama Bay. Came to get some fresh air too, did ya?
That's right. Actually, I was hoping I might run into you, Dia. I wanted to let you know that I've stocked up on that perfume you said you were so fond of.
No, really? I'll take 2. Any chance of a friends and family discount?
I knew you'd ask that. And I'm afraid to say, but surprise, it's free of charge.
That's very generous of you, Lord Sangama Bay. Does this mean you've made a fortune in Notcry?
Nope. Turns out, it's not that easy to turn a profit there. I even ran some assorted losses. But anyway, that has nothing to do with why I wanted to give you and Dia a small gift. Remember that merchant caravan you two rescued in the desert last month? That was transporting my goods!
No way! I had no idea that was your shipment. Explains the, eclectic mix of goods, though.
Lord Sangama Bay's investment in the desert and generous stockpiling of goods has helped many people over the years. The shelters you funded especially have made life a little easier for the children and the elderly.
Wait, how did you know about that? Oh, I see. Nefer told you, didn't she? Ugh, that pesky lady. Aren't intel brokers at least supposed to charge for divulging people's secrets?
She and Candace go way back. It's normal for close friends to share things you wouldn't tell to everyone else.
Sure, but why did they have to be things about me?
That's how Nefer shows that she cares. She wishes for all of us to know what a generous person you truly are.
It must be hard trying to make a living far away from home. Just because we can tell what kind of person you are doesn't mean everyone else can.
Well, maybe her intentions were partly good, but I don't think that's the full story. I'm sure she enjoyed knowing how much it would annoy me. I'm telling you, Nefer's got a mean streak.
Definitely with you on that. Does praying help you stay calm?
Defending one's home is a just cause. My heart is filled with a mix of anger and hope.
Anger. You know, being able to get angry is a good thing. It shows that you're in touch with the real world, and that you have the passion to pursue something you believe in.
Oh, my lady? What are you doing out here?
Just taking a walk to clear my head. And look where I ended up. were you praying just now?
Yes, Miss Dunyarzad. Would you like to join us?
Come on, it's fine. She won't mind who you pray to.
Oh, then sure.
I remember you, Miss Dunyarzad. You visited my shop before. If I recall correctly, the god you worship is the Dendro Archon, correct?
That's right. She is such a gentle and kind god. But to me, she's more than just a god I worship. I see her more as a friend. And so do many others. She's not some almighty god who reigns on high, but a genuine friend.
Agreed. She's a wise teacher and a good friend.
I spoke with several people during the evacuation. Everyone's aware that tomorrow's battle is one that ordinary people can join too. A battle to fight for our friends and our homeland. Oh, it makes me glad. I can finally do something for those who protected me.
You've grown so much since we first met.
Oh, a compliment? Ooh, more please.
My lady, you've always been a remarkably strong and ambitious person. It's indisputable. And that's not just a compliment. It's a statement of fact. What are you praying for?
Our beliefs may not be entirely the same, but we both wish for the same thing.
I pray that everyone will rise to the challenges ahead and return safe.
I pray for the safe return of all my companions.
One of them still missing. I guess not. I guess I listened to all of them. So I can rest. And it saved my progress. I don't know if I should continue.
Time to go! Let's meet the others at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Since I'm quite tired already.
I have not felt this way in a long time. Standing up high, gazing out at the rolling dunes. One cannot know what freedom truly means without first losing it.
The Golden Slumber truly lives up to its name as a dreamland. Though desert sands exist there too, no mirage, no matter how glorious.
Dendro Archon, what is on your mind?
I was wondering whose counsel I should seek on the questions in my heart.
What kind of questions?
So many. More than can be put into words. As I once said to a friend, we look, we see, and we comprehend. But the question still troubles us. What are the many disasters that this world faces, but the sum of all irresolvable questions?
The biggest question you should be asking is how to seize victory.
Yes. Although, I would express it differently. I must not fail. And so the question I am most curious about now is whether the path to victory will be an arduous one.
What we declare to be a young sapling, we may, in fact, find to be a towering tree, if we would only cast aside our ignorance and look.
Nahida! We're here! Just in time. The preparations are almost complete.
Ready when you are.
We're here too.
Miss Nicole! Miss Nicole! You run so fast! I thought I'd get a lot of exercise as a forest ranger, but I can barely keep up with you.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the equipment is ready, and the modifications to Aru are all complete. As discussed during our meeting.
Accessing Irminsul via the Akasha is no longer feasible at this stage. There are other options, it's just... they're a little more extreme, and more technologically demanding to implement. Maybe you should take it from here.
The architecture and functionality of the Akasha terminals overlap considerably with Aru. There is reasonable evidence to suggest that one was developed based on the other, or that they both utilize technology of the same origin. As long as the transplant and merge operation succeeds, Aru should theoretically work on a scale greater than the Akasha and approximately equal to Irminsul. A system this powerful is capable of a lot of different things. In the past, the Akasha was primarily used for one-way information transmission, but I suspect it could also serve as a central bridging hub. In the pursuit of greater knowledge, some scholars have attempted to connect their consciousness to Irminsul through the use of terminals, incense, and meditation.
Correct. In academic language, scholars who reach that stage are said to have entered Satyavada life. Hypatia has performed this practice many times in the past, and she was once under my care for a period of time.
Right. And this at least proves that there is a zone within Irminsul that can be connected to.
That's right. Providing wisdom to the people is one of the very reasons for Irminsul's existence. I think I understand where you're going. Please, continue.
In that case, I'll skip to the conclusion then. We need to further modify Aru, merge it with the Akasha, manufacture terminals, and distribute them to every single person we can reach.
Every person? Even the desert folk?
Yes, everyone.
I've already calculated the amount of raw materials we need.
So you mean we're going to get new Akasha terminals?
Yes, but this time the people of Sumeru won't be using them to acquire knowledge, just to connect to Irminsul. That's the key.
When we evacuated the city, we brought all the important assets from the House of Dana, in case we ended up needing them. Fortunately, this included the Akasha system's main terminal. We've checked all the relevant records, and one thing is certain. Nothing like this has ever been done on this scale before, so...
Everyone in Sumeru is part of the plan. Whoever controls the people controls the situation.
Since this function of Irminsul was introduced, it has only ever been made available to scholars, who don't constitute a particularly large group of people. But by expanding the scale to include all the people of Sumeru, all the individual connections will stack up to create a significant load on the system. Under normal circumstances, Irminsul would be able to cope with the additional load. But with it already being under strain from other activities, its remaining capacity is limited. Thus, it might be possible to shut it down completely by overloading it. Counting down. 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
Ready. People sought knowledge, they turned to the Tree of Wisdom. Today, we use it to save Sumeru and the whole world. must not become tools for destroying the world.
Stop. Please stop. End this transformation.
You would shut down Irminsul just to stop me? You fools. I have all the time in the world.
Success! The evil Irminsul tree is stopped growing!
Great.
What a display of true courage. The courage to think and the courage to act. I never thought I would witness the shutdown of Irminsul with my own eyes. Perhaps this is human wisdom in action?
Indeed, only humans could do such a thing. Gods are few and far between.
What was once created for spreading knowledge is now used for another purpose. A rather ingenious plan.
I am grateful to you three for your help. Only thanks to you were we able to extend Aru's interference capabilities to cover all terminals. Now, nobody who wears a terminal will have their activity accurately tracked by Irminsul. No matter how many eyes Dottore possesses, he will not be able to see us clearly. Now for the next step. I will need the help of your supreme powers once again.
How might we be of service, Lord of Dendro?
I need to reach the Eternal Oasis immediately. Right now?
In that case, Ibis King, would you agree that this is a fine opportunity to dust off our old tricks?
Never. I assume you have that chess set with you?
You mean the one you gave to me as a gift? Asking for it back, are you?
How could I? You misjudge me. I just wanted to show you another way you can use it. Connect to Safhe Shatranj.
Safhe Shatranj? You mean that place in the desert?
Thoth's chess set gains its power from the chessboard laid out in the desert by King Deshret and ourselves. All ceremonies conducted using the chess set must be activated via Safhe Shatranj. In other words, the chess set is an extension of the chessboard. In the past, moving a chess piece was a sacred and momentous act.
Transfer initiated. Entering live combat mode.
We haven't heard a single word from our spy in the desert. I'm afraid he might have been captured.
Never mind.
But we spent years turning him. And a lot of Mora.
Nothing comes for free in this world, but the loss is not without its purpose. For a small price, we have wasted a precious amount of the limited time they have. Quite a bargain, if you ask me.
Understood.
Weighing profit against loss is a necessary part of life. But to tell the truth, I have been operating at a loss since this all began. Since many centuries ago, in fact. For instance, why would a banker act as the executor of a will? If you hadn't deposited your personal belongings at Northland Bank, I would have no reason to be here right now. Dottore, I've placed your final data backup into the ley lines as per our contract. I trust we are now square for the safe deposit fees you paid.
Is it not a little petty to split hairs like this, given our amicable relationship?
I consider sound bookkeeping a matter of principle.
Do not forget that you only live to see this day thanks to me. In fact, every day of your life since you met me, you've been living on borrowed time.
Why, that's hardly a fair assessment. I will concede that my survival was perhaps at your whim, but I became a harbinger on my own merits. Managing money is not like other professions. Mine is not a role I could have acquired based on your recommendation alone, and certainly not one I could have lasted so long in without genuine ability.
The information stored in the ley lines is quite comprehensive. Rest assured, I have not forgotten how strong your pride is. Well, I presume you have no sense of fragmentation while talking with me.
How could anything possibly go wrong with such strict measures in place? The remainder of your soul was split in two, with one half sent to Nodcry and the other stored in the most secure vault of the Northland Bank. Though I must say, your disdain for the other segments is quite amusing. Zandik is you, and you are Zandik. Zandik created the segments, yet you, a segment yourself, reject him.
That is, Zandik, created segments of various ages in his later years. To achieve this, he had to freeze time and part with a portion of his soul. But as constructive as it sounds, it erases my uniqueness. If each segment is equally me, then by the same token, none of them are truly me. A soul living forever in the past inevitably holds different views than he did in his later years. The same thing that completes me also restricts me. You too might ask yourself which stage of your life you want to be preserved at. The day your business failed? Or the day you were framed by a gang and sold off to a medical lab as a test subject?
We needn't dredge up the past.
This undesirable plan was eventually scrapped. Lesser Lord Kusanali was quite right. I needed an opportunity to eliminate myself. And after that, I concluded that there was no more effective plan than directly splitting the soul. Once the soul is transferred out, you will find that creating a physical body is far simpler than creating a puppet.
The other half of your soul suffered a crushing defeat in Nodcry, you know.
And yet in the process, I obtained the information I always wanted, did I not? Because now we finally know where the best testing ground truly lies.
I once thought your ultimate goal was to ascend to godhood. But as it turns out, that was merely one of your experiments.
Experiments take many forms. Most people are too eager for success, too fixated on the end goal. They forget that the experimental process itself is just as important. A suspiciously vacant seat, a new face. I trust you can put two and two together. The reason it doesn't exist is because someone tampered with the record.
What can I say? After all your efforts, you really did uncover the world's secrets. So, is the new world you promised a lie?
No, it never was. I am glad to be able to control Irmin's soul from within. Now I shall attempt to create a new world inside the existing one. Almost everyone faces the prospect of death, but not a single person has ever been able to experiment unrestrained in the afterlife through sheer force of will. I am the only one to have overcome this enormous challenge. Would I not be letting the world down if I didn't make the most of the opportunity to experiment?
Clearly, the dividing of your soul did not affect the magnitude of your ego. Out of all the versions of you that have ever existed, this you is the most insane and the most radical.
Is that why you chose to work with me? Which was it then? My insanity? Or my radicalism?
Could I call myself a venture capitalist without a suitably ambitious plan to invest in? Yours happen to fit the bill quite perfectly.
Well then, I must say, while I am surprised enough that you showed up at all, what surprises me more is that you chose to present yourself as my former subordinate, and not as the banker Pantalone.
Why make things harder than they need to be? Exposing my true identity in a situation like this would only serve to destroy diplomatic relations between Snezhnaya and Sumeru. I daren't imagine the consequences. Showing up in the name of the original antagonist gives you the recognition you rightly deserve, while also being sensitive to Snezhnaya's predicament. It was an easy win. As for why I'm here, if you're suggesting that your credit is in the negative, I won't argue with that. Many people say that about you.
I'd argue that a significant factor in your willingness to cooperate is the fact that you have but a few years of life left after my death. Living and dying together has a way of binding two parties together rather closely. Is it not true that a relationship should be judged by both the positive and negative returns it yields?
So some of what I said actually made it into your head after all. It's true that I hope you don't die too soon, but don't you find that a strange thing for me to say? After all, you've already had quite a long life, especially for a human being.
Let's not pretend that you're any more innocent than I am. Are we not the same in this regard? We both despise the existing laws of this world, and neither of us enjoy being under anyone else's control.
Is it really so greedy to want the world to operate by a new set of rules?
Of course not, my dear friend. And as I've said before, mutual interest is the foundation for the most reliable of relationships. You can attest to that.
I just hope there never comes a day when I have to work too hard to prove that.
Regrader, sir. People have been spotted approaching Sumeru City.
How strange. Despite your access to Irminsol's data, it appears the soldiers noticed before you did. They must have found a workaround. Well, Dottore, I trust you know what this means. The fact is...
they're coming. They'll breach the city gates any moment now.
But even so, I would say Irminsol is a wonderfully convenient thing on the whole. If you do manage to create a new world, perhaps you could plant one outside my office, too.
I'll consider it.
What do you need me to do? Stall them?
The experiment will take time. Stall them for as long as possible.
Very well. But you're really asking for the moon here. Have you heard this story? There was once a guilty man, kneeling in the center of a church while an angry mob outside waited to bring him to justice. He pleaded with the gods, begging them to grant him one final request, the chance to finish confessing his sins before he was sentenced. Many suns and moons passed, seasons changed, and still his confession continued, as if he intended to speak until the end of time.
Are you suggesting I worship you as a god? Or were you hoping that I might confess my sins to you?
Certainly not the latter. That would make my life miserable indeed.
Okay, I can choose now.
For someone who despises them so, you never seem to have any objections to me creating or becoming one. At first, I thought you'd be furious.
Concerned I would terminate our partnership, were you?
Not at all. You had reasons why our partnership must continue.
Don't you find people's attitudes toward gods amusing? A god descends from the heavens and people worship it unreservedly, blindly following whatever rules are given to them. And yet, when they see an ordinary person gain godlike levels of power by virtue of their own hard work, they treat him with nothing but suspicion.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
No. I was just thinking. I pity the man who would call you a compatriot.
There's no need to be so self-critical. I know it's a little late in the day to be asking this, but how have you been keeping?
I'm flattered that you would take the time out of your busy schedule to consider my well-being, Doctor. The part of your soul that went to Nodcry caused quite a stir. sending our organization back to the drawing board on numerous fronts. It was quite a headache for everyone involved.
Dear me. I must have caused you no end of trouble.
You certainly did. I had the rare honor of being summoned before the Tsaritsa with Pulcinella to answer for myself. A terrifying ordeal. Don't worry, I pulled through. At most, it's a public relations nightmare. I made sure of that.
Now I'm curious. How did you explain yourself?
Oh, it was quite simple. I just pinned the blame on someone who wasn't there to defend himself. I could hardly be expected to defy the demands of someone as insistent as the Second Harbinger, now could I?
How you slander me. You know full well that I am perfectly amenable to reason. There's no question that you are partly to blame for the ruin of my reputation over the years. Do you have anything lined up for when this is all over?
Hard to say. Field work always takes quite a toll on me, as you know. Once I'm back at Snezhnaya, I'll start with a well-earned cigarette.
Why are you so eager to ruin your lungs after I went to the trouble of replacing them for you?
If you have an issue with it, feel free to try to stop me. What's on your mind?
The limits of humanity. It's a pity. Despite running countless calculations, I find there is simply no way to reduce any further the amount of one's soul required to sustain an individual.
It's rare to hear you admit to being unable to achieve something.
I beg to differ. For instance, as I've told you before, the original me was prone to motion sickness and couldn't make long train rides.
Ah, yes, of course. One of the reasons you often sent yourself out on errands. What are you thinking about now?
A new experiment. In the event that my soul was depleted, say we extracted my data from someone else's memories, yours for instance, and then combined it with your intact soul as the base material. What would we create?
Such a scenario would be impossible.
Oh?
As long as your current soul survives, there will be no need to create a new individual. Don't forget, you were the one who approved of the present situation wherein only one Dottore remains. And if you ceased to exist, who would be capable of performing this experiment?
Since the day I met you, you've always excelled at talking your way out of a quandary.
Isn't it a little too early to be saying goodbye? Not that I wish to keep you from your business, of course. Very well. Let's leave the conversation there for now.
The power of King Deshret's 7 pillars is truly remarkable. With just a chessboard, you can move an entire unit across the material plane.
Yeah, sets us up for a much easier fight. Really makes my day. The last time we stormed the city, it involved a lot more running around.
I wonder how many people can say they stormed a city twice in their lifetime.
I was just thinking that. I've definitely had more than my fair share of unusual experiences in my life.
This is my first time here, actually. We never usually leave Gandharvaville.
Rana is also from some world quest.
I hope this will be my—
Does everyone have to chime in? Can't we just fight?
What an amusing comment, my dear lady. Yet humans often alleviate tension via small talk, do they not?
Whoa! Why is Candace's shield talking?
Because the image on her shield is one of me. And I, of course, can appear wherever I wish to.
Huh. Well, la-di-da. Isn't that fancy? Could I get in on this?
You wish for your gauntlet to speak? Why, certainly.
Ahem. I think you'll find that it is I whose image is carved hereupon.
Thanks. Definitely feel stronger now.
You're welcome, my lady. I am glad to lend you my power.
Sino, what's the situation?
There are troops stationed at every entrance. As we expected. A frontal assault will suffice. Everyone, stick to the plan. We'll take the main entrance. You head for the House of Dana's side door. Move out.
Yeah, no, ending the stream. I'm way too tired to continue. Might have to redo some stuff, but that's fine.